Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Kind of jumping the gun there. All right. Welcome back, kids. We threatened it and threatened it and threatened it. Now we're here. The first crossover with Gamma Charge, the strongest Hulk podcast there is. You're welcome, Lil. That's right. This episode, we're covering part 1 of Lifeform from the Punisher and Daredevil annuals. Then we'll jump over to Gamma Charge for the Hulk, of course, the Hulk and Silver Surfer annuals. All right. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me as always, Lifeform. And of course, since this is the crossover, joining us, the other host of Gamma Charge. You know, 'cause it's always Justin and that other guy. There's the other guy, Russell.
I'm the other guy. I'm
wild
feeling
like an animal.
Wild like an animal.
Wild like a Lifeform.
Someone kill me.
Talk about oozing pus, you know?
Oh my god. we won't get to that till the Hulk annual, right?
I am happy to be here on Marvel Tales because this is where all the fun happens. Sorry, Lilith.
Yeah, we talk about the fun stuff on Marvel Tales.
Oh yeah. You know what? Okay, Russell, give me your opinion on this. All right, I've been noticing. I think quietly, Justin is taking over podcasting because he's here. He's with you. I mean, he just filled in for Ray because Ray's all diva now. Justin's kind of taken over the podcasting world here.
Yeah. Let me put it to you this way, Phil. Last month, Justin was like, yeah, I can't take on any more podcasts right now. It's just too much. Last week, Justin says to me, I think I can take on 1 or 2 more podcasts.
He knows you said podcast, not biscuits, right?
I can always take on more biscuits. Are you kidding me?
You gotta taste the biscuit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
You gotta make sure those O-rings are intact.
That's right.
I know. I feel bad anytime because, now we're doing Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast, twice a month now. I'm like, should I ask Justin? He's like, oh, yeah, let's go. I'm like, okay.
Well, it depends what it is. Like, I'm really excited for our Transformers show.
Yeah.
We all three have that coming.
That'll be like once a month, yeah.
So Russell and I are going to do a Micronaut show next year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I said. We're gonna have to cover some of those Romnibuses here.
Yes,
just when
we're gonna crack open that Romnibus on Marvel Tales. You better believe.
So, Phil, did you find a co-host for the G.I. Joe side of that? I'm not really interested. I was just curious.
No, I figured we'll probably just do 1 episode a month. At least for now. And I'll read them. I'll mention them. I'll just be like, hey guys, guess what happened in G.I. Joe?
I did think it was a little curious that from what I understand, they're like doing like minis centered around a character. Like there's a Duke mini, and then there's going to be a Cobra Commander mini.
There are those, but then I think also they're letting Larry Hama do a regular book again. Again, it's going to start off with G.I. Joe 301.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So is this still 2 separate Joe canons? Like they're letting Hama continue?
I don't know. Because this is supposed to be like a shared G.I. Joe Transformers universe, but
the Energon verse.
The Energon verse. I love it.
I need to read that stuff. I mean, there's already stuff out. What is that book called?
Void Rivals.
Void Rivals, yeah.
Oh, is it out already?
Yeah, there's been 2 issues so far. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly like these aliens from like warring planets and stuff, but like Kirkman's sneakily getting another book in there because it's like, in issue 1 we get like a cameo by Jetfire, and then at the end of 2 there's like an appearance by an alien that showed up in like season 3 of the G1 show.
Yeah, like Scuzzbucket or something.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my word, that's a deep dive.
Mm-hmm. So I think Kirkman just wanted to get attention for his new book. So he's like, I'll give me Transformers, G.I. Joe. Yeah, I'll work something around it. Yeah.
And I'll stealthily announce them in this Void Rivals book.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't think I was going to get this in the chat room since Russell's here live, but...
Oh!
Noel Tate in his O-ring. There you go.
Noel's trying to shoot a shot. Oh wait, he already did that. That's how we got Arlo.
Good morning.
Pardon me, no.
Dr. Bong. Oh, is that their obstetrician, Dr. Bong?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta take care of the bonglets.
Oh, God.
They're quite a handful.
Oh, my. Oh, my. All right.
Maybe even 2 handfuls, Justin.
Whoa!
That's a mouthful. That's a handful.
It's so salty.
It's so salty.
Oh, were we doing the Spider-Man yesterday? Justin and I played her saying Superior Push. She goes, no, play Justin. She goes, Justin's is way better.
Superior Push.
I disagree, but I appreciate that.
Let me.
Oh,
Superior Push.
Noel, so much forehead in this strain.
Noel's the only one with hair.
For now.
Rogaine, bitches.
Wait until Arlo gets to be a teenager, then all that hair is going to come flying out of that scalp.
All right, so should we talk some Lifeform?
Yes.
Since we're here to talk.
I want to hear Russell's.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Do we have synopses for these?
This is weird. I couldn't find synopses, but I did find like a review of this, so it's kind of like a review thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, the Punisher Annual 3 from 1990. Oh yeah, Mike Barrett and Gregory Wright writers, Neil Hansen, Lee Sullivan, and Mark Texiera pencilers, Neil Hansen, Kim DeMalder, and Dwayne Turner inkers, Rob Tokar assistant editor, and Don Daly editor. Never heard of that editor. This is gonna be good.
Daly.
Noel's like, this is gonna be good. Yes, it is. Punisher. All right, Punisher Annual 3. And so again, it's gonna be a wild ride when you start with the Punisher Annual and then it ends with the Silver Surfer Annual.
Exactly.
The same threat.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you know the things are going to escalate very quickly at some point in the story.
It's like street level, big time superhero, then cosmic. It's like,
Cosmic.
What the hell?
Well, that escalated quickly.
Sure did.
The story begins with someone breaking into a biotech company called Progamma and accidentally getting exposed to the genetic engineering product they were trying to steal. Progamma. I heard that was the original title for Gamma Charge. The Punisher had been tracking a lead about AIM, trying to develop a biological weapon. So when he hears about the break-in, he goes to investigate, disguising himself as an AIM agent. Or a beekeeper. An AIM agent says they were hired by a Jethro Prufrock, but then the person infected by the Programma strain returns to the AIM compound. It turns out the infected person is George Prufrock, son of Jethro. Note that it seems like Jethro is talking to George. It will later turn out that Lifeform has a dual personality, so that may not actually be Jethro talking. The Punisher escapes the AIM lab while AIM fights George. We learn from the Punisher's narration that Jethro Prufrock is a perennial right-wing libertarian candidate, and Noel just sat up in his chair.
Yeah, can we just talk about that for a second? What happened to Mike Barron between now and then?
Yeah,
because
there was quite a shift there. Wasn't it?
Because in this story, our villain is in the text a right-wing libertarian, and now what is Mike Barron? He became the very thing he swore to destroy.
All right. Noel's not there anymore. Noel, I was going to say, this joke is for you. He must have went to the Chuck Dixon summer camp for writers and artists.
Yeah, if you look over there in the corner at the camp, there's Dale Keown falling asleep. And
head counselor from the beginning of time, Mr. Frank Miller.
Your mother's a whore!
Holy terror, anyone?
He has a permanent residency.
When are we covering Holy Terror?
Holy terror. Holy crap.
Yeah, holy crap. But yeah, this I found this so interesting. It's like,
oh yeah,
Mike Barron is just a piece of crap now. Yeah, and
he's in the Comicsgate crowd, isn't he?
He sure is.
Yeah.
He sure is. Him and Chuck Dixon and
it's too
couple
bad, I love Nexus so much from First Comics and Dark Horse that Mike Barron did in the 80s.
Yeah,
I love it.
They're wiping away all that Cheeto dust from around their mouths. I mean, their jaw's been at work. And I don't mean actual Cheeto dust. I mean, wild like an animal. Anyway, continue, Phil.
That's why I love when I talk to writers for the first time. I'm like, oh, thank God you're not a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It saved my soul when I find out D.G. Chichester was a normal human being. I was like, oh, a decent person.
Hey,
thank God.
And a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love DG. We've talked to him a couple times.
And he's a patient. He's a patient man. I mean, he's talked to you a few times. He's talked to me and Lilith every month. He's a patient man.
And now he's got a gig writing at Marvel again. I mean,
yeah.
Love it.
Anyway.
So he is a perennial right-wing libertarian candidate that is an advocate for stockpiling weapons. Punisher had been meaning to talk to Prufrock about...
Talk to him.
Yeah. Allegedly massive credit card theft, and of course now he's got a more pressing reason to pay him a visit. We find that Jethro also has a daughter, Martha.
Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name?
I'm just still reeling from the fact that the Punisher is about to blow a guy's head off, and it's like, what? Why are you coming for me? Credit card debt, boom.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh man.
Too much interest. Bam!
Yeah. Credit card debt. Punisher's got a mainframe of all the people with credit card debt.
Your library book's overdue.
Litter bug. Mike. Oh, God. The review here says, Mike Barron has fun with Prufrock, making him a bit of a gullible conspiracy theorist with a pair of I knew it's after Punisher says some outlandish stuff. Because this is the Punisher say he's with the communists or something. He's like, I knew it.
Yeah,
the commies. The damn commies.
Yeah.
So maybe there was shades of that old,
maybe even though he wrote it, maybe Mike Barron wasn't in on the joke like the rest of us were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then George, a.k.a. the titular Lifeform, shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Lifeform kills his father, but Martha leads the Punisher to her father's weapon stockpile, and Punisher finds a rocket launcher. Wait a second, isn't that how Evolutionary War ended for the Punisher annual? Did
Yes,
he blow stuff
yeah.
shit up with a rocket launcher?
In a basement.
Gang
Yeah.
war. Punisher got a rocket launcher. He's rocket happy.
In a big,
Yeah.
it seems like in the 80s and early 90s, if he was in a part of a big crossover, ended with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Baron must have watched Invasion USA with Chuck Norris a bit too many times with that launcher duel at the very end. He was like, yeah, I gotta have that at the end of all this.
Punisher assumes the Lifeform is killed after getting blown into the water, but obviously that won't be the case.
No.
Just the reviews just saying about Baron just making AIM an exotic weapons dealer, and there.
Yeah, and the backups in this, it should be noted, don't really have anything to do with the main story.
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't read any backups.
The backup was just the one was just like the Punisher talking about his fighting techniques.
Yeah, and it's
And then
And they're cool other ones.
Punisher dreams about he goes to hell.
Yeah.
Wow. I should have read that one then.
That was interesting.
It basically ends up with him waking up and saying, "Oh yeah, I know where I'm going." He's like, "They're gonna wish they sent me to heaven when I die."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they would, and he'd come back as an angel with guns. So just give it a few more years.
Exactly.
It'll happen.
Frank, guardian angel.
Mm-hmm. And then that last story was a microchip story where he's friends with this old lady who gets scammed by fake charity, so he hacks their network.
We need
Hackers for justice.
we need Frank Castle working the Western Union station at my Kroger. That's
Put him on the payroll, damn it.
All right, I don't know.
You're trying to send $2,000 to Uganda? Think again.
Not on my watch, mister.
My family died for this. It was scammers. Scammers killed my family.
What killed your family? Robocalls. Okay, I mean, we can wait a little bit before giving a grade for this issue, but this reviewer gave it a B-.
Well,
Can we talk about the titular Lifeform?
yes.
So, in preparation for this, Justin was like, I think you're really going to like it, Russell. There's a lot of body horror. Little did I know, he was underselling it.
And it gets worse in the
Yeah.
upcoming issues, yeah.
So the thing is, there's no real continuity between how the Lifeform looks. I know it's evolving in every installment. It's also been blown apart and we're getting there, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This initial version where he's just kind of like this pink goop coming out of this burglar outfit just reminded me of Doomsday coming out of his containment suit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't for another 3 years. So
2-3 years, yeah. You know what he kind of looks like? Like the face. It looks like the Toxic Avenger.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit,
Kind of, yeah, a little bit, yeah. Especially in the next one, the Daredevil one.
yeah.
I think he really looks like Toxie there, yeah.
I really enjoyed the art, especially on the Lifeform in this issue.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was going to comment too on the art, especially in the beginning where he's sneaking into the complex. I really liked the art in that sequence.
Yeah. I think for some reason Frank looks a little off to me. I mean, I haven't read a whole lot of Punisher, but I don't know. His face looks weird to me. Maybe I always think of John Romita Jr. Punisher and how he's like grizzled and he's got all that facial hair but yeah, I don't know. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I got a big laugh out of the right-wing libertarian and commie stuff, especially with who was writing it.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
I mean, right wing, it would have been so funny if they would have been like, "Oh, Punisher, I love you. I'm the biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan."
I got the skull tattoo on my ass.
Skull tattoo and dangling testicles on my truck.
Woo!
Yeehaw!
I also laughed at when Lifeform hits Frank with the crowbar and he goes, "Hey, you talking about me? My nose itches."
Yeah, I didn't understand that. It's so
he's
out of left field.
Like losing his mind. Like,
Yeah.
what'd you say, huh? What'd you say? Do you like me?
My nose itches.
Yeah.
I thought you were a kid in a domino mask, so I hit you with a crowbar.
Oh!
Moving target.
All right. He said the magic word. He referenced the magic word. Okay.
Batman, my favorite character.
Yes. There's
So
the cue.
I don't know if you heard the most recent Into the Night, Phil, but
Not yet. No.
you got a little surprise waiting for you at the end. But
Yes. I think it's probably been beeped out, though.
but also in we were trying to talk about the Joker without actually saying the word Joker, so we have now dubbed the Joker on Into the Night as the hee hee ho ho man.
Yes.
Where's the Joker nuggets? They're dangling off the back of my pickup truck. They're white. They're white and they got green hairs on them.
Oh, this episode is going exactly as I knew it would.
I love it.
Why so serious?
I love the Joker. I love the Punisher.
The Joker is the best role model in the United States of America. I got Heath Ledger tattooed on my ass.
My girlfriend loves that Harley Quinn.
I said, honey, make sure you get your makeup done all right, put your blonde hair in pigtails, and take a shit ton of meth. Because that'll be it.
You be Harley Quinn, I'll be Poison Ivy.
I'll be Clayface because I'll be sloshing all over you. Welcome to Marvel Tales,
Yes.
where we're talking about Marvel.
That's my woman. She looks like a pregnant Margot Robbie.
Really? I just think she looks like shit. She's also my cousin. Mike Barron's my dad.
And I pray at the altar of Chuck Dixon every night.
Comics Gate for life.
Some of us call him Cuck Dixon.
Whoa!
We should move on. Or yeah. Wait, what are you, Justin? Phil? What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, Phil, what are your
Punisher?
thoughts on Punisher Annual?
Again, the Punisher Annual, just like when Russell's on the show, went exactly as I knew it was going to go. Punisher shooting at this thing, and of course he ends it with a rocket launcher, of course.
This Transformers show is dead in the water. But
Why?
just because it's going to be this.
Does that Autobot got some truck nuts?
Maybe for half of the episode.
Devastator sure had some in the movie.
Punisher shooting his shot, and all that.
Shoot your shot.
That's why he's so angry. He doesn't get to shoot his shot.
No.
That's true. Yeah. He's very frustrated. He's very pent up.
You know what I love about the Punisher, that 2005 movie? Of 2004 movie?
With Thomas Jane.
With Thomas Jane is like, they didn't just say, oh, he killed his wife and kids. No, he killed everybody. On both sides of the family.
The entire bloodline, yeah, both sides, yeah.
Including Roy Scheider from
Roy Scheider. Yeah.
You bastard.
How could you?
They really needed a bigger boat.
Yeah. He needed a bigger gun.
Where's the Megalodon when you need it?
All right.
Anyway.
So do we want to grade these issue by issue? Or
Justin, what did you think?
Well, I liked this for the most part. I thought it had a lot of similarities to the Evolutionary War Annual with the Punisher, where you had the dad who with the questionable morals, who was kind of like a sleazebag.
Yeah.
Who had the hot daughter who was like completely blind to her dad's nonsense. and join forces with the Punisher at the end to lead him to the hidden armory. It was almost the same story beats.
Oh,
but
yeah,
just in a
yeah.
different setting. So,
Yeah,
in that regard, like, having just read that Evolutionary War one not a few months ago, I was like, oh, this is very similar, and only a couple of years apart. So,
like 2 years, yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of a criticism there, that it's very kind of samey, plot wise. But I liked the art, kind of elevated it. I agree with Russell about the faces, though. The faces on Frank and some of these other characters look kind of weird. And there's that one panel where the Lifeform like has his dude's head, and he's like crushing his neck, but you can't really tell that that's what's happening, and the dude's just going brr, brr, brr. That whole panel, just every time I look at that, I was like, hey, this is not good stuff. I can't dig this. But I really liked all of the other scenes with Lifeform, all the other panels with that weird like flesh poking out through the mask and the hair and stuff. It just looks
it's just so weird. Again, especially with Frank, because like artists, I don't think can decide ever. They either make Frank look like a big like jarhead, or just like sometimes make him look too pretty, and it's just
right. Yeah, they have a tough time finding a happy medium there with Frank. I always thought that Mark Teixeira did a perfect Frank face, but that's just me.
And of course, around the time he got the War Machine armor, he looked like John Barenthal. Of course. Oh yeah, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Just like in the comics now. I wonder who Sam Wilson looks like. Anthony Mack.
Right? Yeah, I wonder.
Woof.
But yeah, I liked this issue. It was good. I liked some of the other ones better, but yeah.
So grades.
What would you say, Russell?
I am going to give the Punisher Annual a B-.
Oh, just like the reviewer.
Okay. I'd give it a B+.
Okay.
Ooh. So, okay. I'll probably just give it a straight up B. It is in that territory, somewhere between a B+ and a B-. Yeah, it's, again, if you're coming for a Punisher story, you kind of know what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, on a scale of Punisher, yeah, it's probably a B.
Yeah. I think with, like, the Punisher, like, it's really that Max series, and that's about it. Like, that's like the best, but also, it's heavy.
Yeah. Well, again, they're always looking for a gimmick to put on him, because it's like, how much can you do with just straight up Punisher? Because it's like you always got to invent like criminals for him to kill, because he can't be too good at his job, because like you can't have him blown,
no enemies left.
You can't have him blown away Kingpin in his titties every month, or
or Bullseye.
Yeah, or any like costume villains or nothing. Yeah, no.
So who do we got for him this month? Throw him Bushwhacker.
Throw him 8-Ball.
Bushwhacker.
No, not 8-Ball. We love 8-Ball.
Oh, no.
8-Ball's too pure.
Bushwhacker.
Yes.
Bushwhacker, isn't that what they called Ray in college?
He probably whacked it with his tallywhacker.
What the F? Rumpy Pumpy.
Fall, Justin, fall out of that chair.
Couple of balls down the gob.
Ray's gonna hear this and be like, "Deary me,
You know what?
my lord."
You know what? All of this and all, calling him the Bushwhacker, he's not going to care about that. It's that damn Batman drop that offends him the most. Yeah, that's the only thing that offends him, is that Batman drop.
Batman, my favourite character. Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
He is the hard master.
Oh yeah,
He is.
The hard master.
He always has sex on it. He always has sex on his mind.
Sex on the mind. Exciting times to be a pimp.
I mean, he's got another kid now.
I know.
Rumpy Pumpy.
I mean, I called him the Sausage Man for a reason.
It was just a really nice package. Sausage!
It's the greatest hits.
I know. All right, so should we jump to this Daredevil annual?
Yeah.
As Ray somewhere in the future is listening to this and banging his head into a wall.
Deary me.
We love you, Ray.
Why the Batman? Why the Batman? All right, there we go.
Yeah, look out for the lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my.
Oh my.
All right, Daredevil Annual 6. All right, so we got writer, Gregory Wright, friend of a friend, because he's a friend with Chichester. Friend of a friend, Gregory Wright, writer. Cam Smith, Gary Hartle, and Tom Sutton. Michael Baer, pencilers. Cam Kennedy, Mike DiCarlo, and Tom Sutton. Michael Baer, inkers. Mike Rockwitz, assistant editor, and Ralph Macchio, editor. When he's not doing karate. All right. This is the... oh, that's interesting. This is the only Lifeform annual not to be written by the regular writer, because this was during towards the end of Innocenti's run. So.
Oh, it was. Right, yeah.
Lifeform hasn't survived his encounter with the Punisher, and Daredevil has a near encounter with him after Lifeform murders and devours someone in an alley. Meanwhile, Ben Urich is contacted by a Lamar Quaid, a Programma employee that claims that he can subdue Lifeform. I love this. If you're wondering about the setting yourself on fire comment, a running bit in this issue is people complaining about Ben smoking.
It does come up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
This issue shows Urich as being motivated by getting a Pulitzer, which seems like a perfectly normal motivation for a reporter, but it comes up almost like it's a bad thing. Lifeform next encounters the Wild Boys, Jet, and Spit.
Sounds like a Friday night for Justin.
And a Saturday, if I'm lucky.
Wow!
Suck it, Lilith.
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
I was going to say, it sounds like a Saturday night for Justin or Lilith. I don't know who we're talking about here.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
Tell that to the guy in her basement.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Daredevil shows up before they get killed. Note the two voices from Lifeform. Again, he's talking to himself. Jet actually manages to shoot off one of Lifeform's arms. They then try to flee and run into some corrupt cops expecting their regularly scheduled payoff, but the cops get sucked into the Lifeform case. Lifeform runs off for now. Urich later contacts Matt Murdock and gives him the info from Quaid, along with a CB radio which will allow Daredevil to contact Urich and Quaid if he runs into Lifeform again. Meanwhile, one of the cops turns out to be infected from the encounter with Lifeform, and he dies. Here's Daredevil. I know. Here's Daredevil wondering about Urich's. Oh, he thinks he was standing on our rooftop wondering about Urich's motives. Daredevil then finds Lifeform again. We again see that there are two personalities within Lifeform. Note the talk of a beast. Lifeform refers to Daredevil as the beast, and then Quaid starts talking about a beast as well. It turns out that Quaid is actually infected with the Programma strain as well, and he was hoping to capture Lifeform to find a cure for himself. Quaid does have tranquilizers that temporarily weaken Lifeform, allowing the police to shoot it over Daredevil's protests. One nice thing about this... oh, yeah. It's saying the backups are kind of related, because even if it's just 2 seconds, Lifeform shows up in like all of them, pretty much.
I forgot to mention that too, Russ. I apologize. The backups do kind of relate to the main story, but it's okay.
Well, I don't think I lost too much.
No, because the first one, it's the Fat Boys, those kids. They steal one of the other gang's skateboards, and they skate by Lifeform real quick as it tries to.
He just kind of jumps out of a dumpster.
Yeah, he's like he tries to Oscar to Grouch him. He's just like
jump scare.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But in one of them, Typhoid Mary comes into conflict with the creature.
Because they both have multiple voices in their head, so yeah. Oh, and
then there's the one with the cop.
Yeah, the infected cop. They show him like dying in the hospital. First his wife shows up, then his mistress shows up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that one has art by Tom Sutton, which is really good.
I love Tom Sutton.
Yeah. So after, check that.
Because talk about body horror, he's just like laying in the hospital bed, and you just see the stuff like growing off of him and stuff.
Yeah, tumors and stuff. That's crazy.
You do not have a tumor.
It is a tumor.
Namor, it's a tumor.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Ask Justin.
Whoa!
My favorite biscuit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
That's the truth.
All right, so I don't know what you guys are going to grade this issue, but the reviewer for this gave this one a C.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So...
No! Is Justin going full Italian? That sure. No, but after this, he has to run out and burn down a rival gang's nightclub.
That's right.
So from what they
owe us protection money.
From what I hear, it's amore.
No. It's Namore.
Oh!
My favorite biscuit. Imperious Rex, my bed.
Hey, do you know what Namor and a Tobey Maguire movie have in common?
They're both sea biscuits.
They sure are.
Well done. I like that. My favorite biscuit.
So I love the art in this one, especially the Lifeform. He is morphing into this like Alan Moore Swamp Thing creature that is like dangerously close to being like Anton Arcane, and I enjoyed this one. It felt very noir, very pulpy. This felt like almost Lovecraftian in a way. And I really enjoyed seeing how like Daredevil was the only one that was really trying to do the right thing, because Urich is really only out for his career. The cops are all crooked. It's just
the Wild Boys. Like,
yeah, I'm giving this one an A-.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
very nice, Russell. What about you, Phil?
You know what? I probably got to agree with that A- just because I don't know why this person graded this a C. I thought this was better than the Punisher annual. So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to give this an A- too. Yeah, I really liked it. It really wasn't missing much. Yeah, it helped to move the overall story of Lifeform along and like show the progression of this creature.
And like we said, even the backups, they all dealt with the main story in some way or another.
And I think they're the only ones I think that do.
Oh yeah, this issue,
crossover.
Yeah.
The rest, the other ones that we'll cover later, the Hulk and the Silver Surfer one, I don't think that those backups address any of the Lifeform stuff.
And you know what else is interesting is like these first two really focus on Lifeform, whereas I think the second two, the Lifeform is just kind of there.
Yeah,
it's still very much about the Lifeform, but like,
there's other stuff going on as well.
Yeah.
I
also have to say, man, Lifeform got a booty.
Yeah, there's a few panels where there's some junk in the trunk there.
Yeah, where he's fighting the Wild Boys and he's kind of hunched over and is like round.
Booty looks good all the time.
That butt scares me.
Does boobs scare me?
It looks like he's got boobs all over him.
It's not just for the Wild Boys.
It's not just for boys.
Yeah, what did you guys think of the Wild Boys in this?
I thought they were terrible.
Again, they were characters who flowed in and out of like Anno Centi Daredevil issues, so it's like, basically.
I wish Lifeform would have ate them all.
Oh, yeah.
Also, there's some like actually like really terrifying stuff like when he's eating these people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't see it, but it's like, oh god, like there's some sound effects.
In the very beginning, chomp, 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 crunch. Yeah.
Tastes like chicken.
I mean, yeah, I don't know about you, Justin, but I read this when it came out, and I just am like, I was like, what was this, 90? I was like 12. I was like, man, they went there. They went there.
I was surprised too, and even more surprised at the next couple ones. Like, just how dark this got. I was like, wow, this is quite something. But I loved it at the same time. I thought it kind of filled a hole in the storytelling of the Marvel comics at the time that needed to be filled, because there wasn't the Midnight Suns yet. There was just the Ghost Rider monthly comic book, and I think maybe a couple of other things that were like more on the darker horror edged tale side of tales. But as far as like straight up horror stuff, there wasn't much. So I ate this right up as soon as it came out. I loved it. And the artwork too, like Russell said, the artwork's fantastic in this one. The Daredevil one. It's really good.
But I'm noticing a trend. I mean, we did Evolutionary War. We might do Atlantis Attacks next year, because I think that was also the same pattern. It's like Punisher Annual always happens early, because it's like he gets in there early before the threat escalates. And then we need to bring 2 rocket launchers.
Exactly. Yeah. Nuclear powered ones.
You see that? Oh, I got a nuke. All right. So, anything else on these issues?
Well, what did you think overall, Russell, of these two?
Yeah, this is your first time, right, Russell?
Yeah, this is your first time reading these. So, did you like the horror aspect of it?
Oh,
like
yeah. Well, you know, I'm a big horror fan.
Yeah.
And again, it gave me like an Alan Moore Swamp Thing kind of feel. Not as sophisticated as Alan Moore Swamp Thing. Maybe the earlier Swamp Thing, like the Lin Wein kind of Swamp Thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it got me to read a Punisher comic.
For the first time in years, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not one of these people that is like, oh, we should ban the Punisher. I do think, however, letting him rest for a while, good idea.
But did you say we're getting a new Punisher?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
A blonde Punisher?
What?
A blonde Punisher.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah.
It's not the character that makes me angry. It's the right-wing fascists that idolize him that make me angry. Anyway,
the truck nuts who don't get it, who probably don't even read a comic anyway.
Never read a comic in their life.
Or haven't.
Or
the early 90s.
Or the cops that are repping the Punisher. I was like, the Punisher would have hated you.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is so tone deaf. They have no clue what it... Yeah.
But, no, I really enjoyed it. I love this monster. I know, I mean, we still have 2 parts left, but does this thing come back?
No, actually. I don't believe it does.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I can do a quick search, but I mean, as far as I know, I don't remember it coming back.
I think this creature would be an amazing antagonist for Venom.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have very similar situations going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're a symbiotic entity where, you know, Eddie, or it's not Eddie anymore, but he's now like, he's working with the symbiote, whereas this guy, he's being overtaken by this life form.
Yeah.
I think he'd be an awesome opponent for Venom.
I agree with you. I think that would be really cool.
All right, not too many spoilers, but yes, this story is his only appearance. So
wow,
4 issues.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow. Yeah, I feel like he should return. It's been 30 years. Like
somebody do the Jed McKay and like Jed just bringing back these deep cuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was gonna say, what is Lifeform going to be like? Moon Knight's janitor or something?
He'll be in the basement of the Midnight Mission.
He's the new Moon Knight.
I'm hungry.
DID 2, guys. No, you don't. No, you don't. Sit down.
Or at least like a what if issue. It's like, oh, what if Lifeform had eaten the Punisher, Daredevil, Hulk, and Silver Surfer?
Yeah, what if Lifeform had won?
Yes.
That would have been interesting. Yeah.
It's like,
I don't think anyone remembers Lifeform now, so they probably wouldn't publish that.
Yeah. This one probably didn't have the same level of popularity that
I had never heard of it.
Like the Terminus Factor did.
Right.
That we did before, because that was the same year, I think, wasn't it, Phil?
I think
90?
so. Yeah. But again, I mean, that was a whole. If you were a fan of any like facet of the Avengers, you knew about that story. This is so, just Punisher, Daredevil, Hulk.
Yeah,
just and random.
This wasn't on the scale. This was like a mini event.
Yeah,
like this wasn't like an Evolutionary War or an Inferno.
Yeah, this is when they started doing the smaller ones. Yeah.
They wanted to rein it in a little bit, I think. Yeah.
They think they just thought it was too much work. Evolutionary War and Atlantis Attacks. I mean, it was everybody's annual in one event. It's like, okay, what happened 5 parts ago? Okay, yeah. Gotta keep track of everything.
You can't use that character. They're dead right now. Well, I want to use them.
Or everyone thinks they're dead.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or should we jump the Gamma Charge?
Yeah,
we got it.
Yeah, I think we just pretty much covered it all. What do you think, guys?
I think so. We're going to Gamma Leap over to Gamma Charge.
That's right, kids. So yes, if you're not a fan of Gamma Charge yet, why not go? So make sure you subscribe to Gamma Charge for part 2, and in 2 weeks we're going to be doing another crossover where we're going to do part 1 there and part 2 here. So
yeah.
But
Return of the Defenders is next.
Yes, in 2 weeks. And then next week, Justin and I are going to do the 3-part Assault on Armor City from Dark Hawk Annual 1, Avengers West Coast Annual, 7, and Iron Man Annual 13.
That's a mixed bag.
That's a small one. It's basically a West Coast Avengers event.
Yeah.
All right. So send us your thoughts and what you think of Justin and Russell. More like the Russell. All right.
Well, hey.
No, whoa, Justin's here every week. You're not here every week.
Well, I'm a national treasure.
I mean,
that's right.
Justin has his fanboys.
He's got his sea biscuits on.
The fanboys, Cabana Boys, whatever. All right, so send us all your thoughts. Oh yeah, and remember when Lilith goes on her sabbatical in September, we're going to be doubling. We're really not going to have much Ultimate Spider Cast, but we're going to double up on the Marvel Tales. So you're going to be getting Marvel Tales twice a week for most of September. So
right,
again, Lilith's on her sabbatical. All right, so
everyone's taking a sabbatical around here.
I know. Ray, Lilith. Well, I know Lilith ain't taking no sabbatical for having a kid.
No.
That'll never happen. Unless a sex bot can get you pregnant. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
That reminds me, Justin. How's that litter of puppies?
Litter of puppies?
That's why you were on sabbatical, right?
That's supposed to be a secret, Russell.
Oh, my bad.
They're doing great.
They were Hulk dogs. There's 3 of them. There was one named Brad, one named Michael, and one named Elmore. It was like,
that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I've hijacked this show enough.
All right, so send us all your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, links to the Patreon, where if you subscribe now, you can hear Lilith Hellfire's drunken rants on the 1990s Heroes Reborn titles. So,
ooh.
Which is worth the price.
Yeah, it's the last episode that's up there now is the Captain America one, so you can hear her drunkenly rant about Rob Liefeld drawing Captain America.
Oh
with big
man,
titties.
I love it.
It's so good.
We're shortly in the future going to be talking about when the Hulk fought Onslaught, and we can basically blame Heroes Reborn on the Hulk. So
We can. Yeah.
Or Peter David.
That's right. He did write it up until the end, didn't he? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right before they. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. What, during Heroes Reborn? No, he was still writing Hulk during Heroes Reborn because they split Banner into Hulk, through Banner and Heroes Reborn, and the Hulk kept going. But then Banner gets irradiated in Heroes Reborn, so then there's two Hulks running around.
Oh, that's right.
Jesus Christ.
Then they smashed them back together when he came back, yeah.
Oh, they smashed him.
I tried to burn that out of my memory. Damn.
I know. Curse this memory! All right, so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Justin usually has to do it, but who wants to do the drive for the Gamma Charge and all that?
You could do the plugs, Russell.
You can find Justin and I over at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is. Suck it, Lilith. We come to you, hey, three times a month now, 2 regular podcasts and a live one. We got a live one over here.
Suck it, Russell.
Present it, Lilith. But you can, there's Justin's Tweety Bird again.
Oh, can you hear my owl clock? Yeah, there you go.
But, you can also find Justin and I over on the Tomes of Evil podcast network, where we're going to be doing a variety of things. Gone the Form of Man, the Intrigan podcast making a comeback, as well as my show Pathways, which I do with Josh and Ann. And then, in the coming Trapped in a World still on hiatus. You can find Noel lurking in the comments here.
Another diva.
Predator and Prey with the Sausage Man and Justin, and Sparky. We added a fourth to our Hotu clan, as we call it.
I love it. We have a full crew now.
Yeah, and I keep bugging Ray about when are we going to do that Predator Batman crossover, and he's just like, "Oh, that's those. I don't know. I got to talk to the other ones." I'm like, "I know the other two are down for it." I'm like, "It's you, Ray."
When did that come out, Phil?
Oh, was that had to be the 90s, wasn't it?
The first one was 92.
Yeah, there was more than one, but yeah, I think it was it.
I think the first one was 92, and then they did one every year after that.
Okay, we're gonna have to put that in the schedule soon.
Suck it, Ray.
Yes, suck it, Ray. And then, as we mentioned here, we're going to be doing a Micronauts show when that omnibus comes out next year.
I'm excited about that.
Anything else, Justin, that I forgot? Because I forget a lot.
No, I think you covered it all. Yeah, Pathways, the Sith podcast, you got that in there. And Lost Library of Legends is almost done. It's 95% done. I just had to finish the artwork for the social media stuff.
No, I invented that, you dick. Somewhere right now, Lena is screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
She's been asking for this show
for a year and a half. Oh, it's almost ready. I promise, Lena.
I'm going to hold you to that, Just.
I know.
If it's not out by the end of the year, I'm coming up to Maine and giving you a stone cold stunner. That's
Scream it!
If you want to see Russell kick Justin's ass, give me a hell yeah!
Shocking, kids? No, this is exactly how I knew this was going to go down this week. All right. Thanks for joining us. Again, go over to Gamma Charge for part 2 of Lifeform, and then come back in 1 week for Assault on Armor City, and then in 2 weeks, come back here for part 2 of Return of the Defenders, another crossover with Gamma Charge. That's right. Woo! We'll be talking Justin will be talking one of his favorite biscuits.
That's right. One of them.
Your mother's a whore!